Our first guest as the Emmy-winning host of The Daily Show. Please welcome Trevor Noah. Trevor, thanks for being here.
It's just not the same without the dancing, but I mean, the clapping outside the window will do. Thanks for having me.
Trevor, how are you feeling? This is, you're doing your show. We're all doing our show in a vacuum like this, except you don't have somebody. I know you have a friend that is in the same building helping you, but he's not
Right.
wandering around behind the windows.
No, luckily I don't. I won't lie. I'm doing as well as one can be doing in this situation. I've always been an introvert. I've always been an indoor child. So I mean, staying indoors is not a punishment for me. I know some of my friends are going crazy. Some people are going, they want to go outside. The weather's getting great. But for me, I mean, this is how I grew up. So other than worrying about what'll happen to the world, I'm pretty chilled out. This is me. This is just me, I guess, wearing less shoes than in normal life. Coronavirus has given me a new perspective. We should just wear what we want, dress, just like shoes, no shoes, like your hair's your hair. Just live.
Have you cut your hair yet?
No, I haven't. That is when I feel like I will truly have given up, is when I cut my own hair. Because I feel like that's like the moment in life when you feel like you've made a major life change, is when you cut your own hair. It's that scene in the movie where everything is lost and you start like shearing it off, and I'm not ready for that. So I'm just gonna let it grow. Luckily it grows curly. So I'm trying to see if like I can grow like a mini afro. I'm not encouraging it. I don't comb it too much because then it's gonna start becoming puffy. So I just, every day I just, jump in the shower, just mess it around, and then I'm like, that's it.
Now, Trevor, I think it's a sweet gesture that you did. You were trying to sing to your neighbors the way other people have done it in other countries, and it didn't go as well. I want to show this clip, and then you can tell me about it.
So I've been inspired by Italy, and I figure, like, why don't we do this in New York? We're also neighbors out here. Let's be together, I can show you the world, shining shimmer.
That's the joy of living in New York City. That's what that is. I'm actually friends with my neighbor. We're not enemies as it may seem. He just doesn't enjoy my singing. That's what he doesn't enjoy, me singing over the balcony. But other than that, we get along pretty well.
Yeah, well, other than that, you're super smart. You speak like 8 languages. A lot of people are learning new languages.
I speak 6. I speak 6. But yes.
What 6? What 6?
What 6?
This is a great time. This is a great time to learn new languages, by the way.
See.
Yeah. What are the languages?
I speak English, Afrikaans, Zulu, Tswana, Tsonga, and then I speak German. But my German gets very rusty when I'm not practicing or not like going to Germany regularly. So those are the 6 that I speak, and I'm trying to get into a 7th one.
Unbelievable.
Like, why not? Why not?
Yes, exactly right.
If I wasn't stranded in the backyard of my boss, maybe I would learn the language.
Well, if you break any more of my plants, you're not going to be back there at all. So
I have nowhere to go.
Careful what you wish for. Now, Trevor, how do you feel about this? Is obviously because there are talk show hosts that are talk show hosts, but they didn't do stand up before. I mean, there are a lot of people that are comedic
performers,
but you and I are used to being on stage and having that immediate feedback.
Oh yeah.
How are you feeling without an audience?
Oh, that is the only thing that is maybe the worst part of what's happening for me individually. Is it's horrible. I mean, I'm exactly like you in that world. I create and craft a show and jokes for human beings. I've never been the kind of performer that likes the sound of my own voice or telling myself jokes in a mirror. I don't perform for myself. I like to make people feel better. I like to make them laugh. So doing this is a very strange experience because a lot of the time it's just you and it's silence. I don't feed off anybody. You know exactly what that's like, So yeah, that's been the biggest change for me in trying to do the show. And then I was reading the other day that I think stand-up performances and concerts and things may not come back until 2021. So even if we go back to working, there's a chance that we may not have audiences in the same way. And yeah, I don't know. I'm thinking of just like buying a laugh track that I play for myself in my own head, just to feel like there's people out there. It's very disconcerting. That's amazing. Did you buy that or did you make that? What is that?
No, we had this at the show, and when they set up the camera, they brought this. I have that. I have.
Meow.
So I have
Wow.
things to amuse myself. But here's the thing. I don't really, it's very strange because this is a challenge for me. And yes, I'm used to having that audience and having that energy and the feedback. But I just know that there are people out there that are like us, that are just stuck in their houses and they have nothing going on. And I know that we're making them feel better. And whether they're really actually laughing out loud or whatever, we're actually distracting them from whatever they're going through. So it still feels good to me, you know?
That is a great way to see it. I know, like, one of the greatest joys I had was hearing somebody on a video laughing to a clip, and it was a solitary laugh. And I think a lot of the time as a comedian, you don't get to hear solitary laughs. You hear groups of people laughing together. But I found new joy in hearing just like one person be like, ha, that's been fun.
Look, first of all, hearing that single laugh, we both started in stand-up. We remember the days when we just did get one laugh. So it brings back how we started. We're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back and talk about quarantine. Yep. So we'll talk about that. Quick break, back with Trevor Noah. No, Trevor.
Trevor Noah, just say it.
Trevor Noah.